Let's respect. Okay, today I am doing a mesh hat tutorial, or I'm going to try to. So this hat is inspired by a hat that I saw on Nastasia tutorial video. Nastasia channel has some fantastic videos and tutorials. I'll probably leave a link to her channel in the description. However, I will be modifying this particular pattern, and the reason is because I will be using fur yarn. And so when you use fur yarn on anything that usually would have flexibility to it, you're going to lose that flexibility. So I'm also going to make it just a little bit bigger than I normally would without using fur yarn. That is because it basically tightens it. The fur yarn, I'm just talking to those that may be new at using this particular type of yarn, is pretty tight. So it doesn't stretch like at all. Like yarn is pretty stretchy. So you have to keep that in mind when you're using fur yarn. So today, I don't know if you can see the colors. I'm using a very light pretty pink. I'm feeling pink today. So for the base of the hat, and then pretty much the same color with the fur yarn. This is Lion's brand fur yarn. I believe it's 1.75 ounce, which actually goes pretty far. I did a Slouch hat last night, and I just went in through the top of the chain. There was like a ribbon, that like a little ledge, and so I covered it. You can see the video on my channel, and I didn't use the whole skein to do that whole hat. So today this probably will be a little bit bigger because the type of one that I'm doing, it's kind of an open gapped type of mesh hat. However, because I'm using a thicker yarn than what she has in her video, and I'm also adding this, it can actually be a hat that can also give you warmth as well. So I don't know if some people that wear the slouch hat or the mesh hat use it over your ears, but you could make it a little bit big enough to where it does cover the ears. And because you're adding this, it can give warmth as well. But I just really like that particular of a slouch in the slouch hat. It says it's a mesh hat, but I call it a slouch hat. It's just the mesh style of stitch. So I'm going to use as a guidance I've got her pattern to follow or to get me going. And again, I'll use the link in the description after I do this video and convert it to video on demand. So I'm going to take the camera and I'm going to lounge on my orthopedic pillow, if you will, lounging pillow. And so I'm going to try to set it up to where you can see my hands and what I'm doing a little bit better. So to start with the tools that I'm using for today, for this particular type of hat, and of course you would use whatever is appropriate for the type of yarn that you're using, but I'm going to be using for the acrylic yarn a 5.5 meter, okay? And then for the fur yarn, I'm going to be using a 4 meter. And then of course you'll need a craft needle, a yarn needle for the darning, because this type, instead of pulling it like the one I made yesterday, you're going to decrease when you get to the top of the mesh hat until you have just a little tiny opening, and then you just darn it close. Okay, so all right, so I've got her thing going. Actually, I might show a picture of it just so, because I don't have it in the thumbnail, but it's such a cute hat. It's really cute. That's the hat, and I'll leave a link to her channel. She's got some fantastic tutorials, I'm telling you. Love her channel. So, of course, I like a lot of the channels. I've learned a lot of great tutorials. That's the great thing about YouTube, is pretty much free education. Of course, they make money by getting the watch time, you know, for doing tutorials. And anyways, I apologize. Really thirsty. It is 96 degrees right now. Okay, here I go. Get my pillow here. I'm sitting on it. So I do apologize. I'm actually going to go get another light and bring the light over here as well. And I apologize, guys. I have this ring light because I use really lot efficient lighting in my house, just me, and so I just really don't have a lot of bright lighting in my house. So what I'm going to do, plug this in over here, turn this on. All right. There we go. That might help. Now, set this light in here. There we go. Okay. I'm not sure if that's going to help or not, but we shall see. That's a little better. All right. Okay. Again, apologize. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So now oh, I dropped it. Oh, so clumsy. Okay. I should probably just start over. I really should just start over there. Okay. Alrighty. So just to get this going here. And she does recommends, like a lot of the slouch hats, 20 rows, but I'm going to go a little bit longer than that. And so basically you just create your first brim. Is the standard slouch hat pattern. You'll see it's pretty much the same on all the channels. Okay, so I'm going to chain 6. Do that. Bless you, baby. Yeah, bless you. Okay. So, okay. Chain 6. Slip knot, chain 6. All right, here we go. So if anybody's here, I apologize. I probably won't be looking at the comments because right now I'm just trying to do a tutorial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And next step. Okay. Single chain across. All right. Single chain across. Now this is going to be the brim, which is about 2 inches wide. And then you're just going to continue to do that for 21 inches is the standard. But I'm going to go a little bit longer than that just because I'm adding fur yarn. So just single crochet. And so pretty much this, and then of course, this is for, I'd say this tutorial is for people that already know how to do the stitches, because I'm not going to stop and show how to do the stitches. I'm just going to say, here's the stitches that you do. But I've got a craft playlist. Now, a lot of people have tutorials on the basic stuff if you're just learning how. Okay, so now you're going to add a stitch at the end and turn your work. Okay, and then you add a chain always because you're starting a new row, and you're just going to keep doing this for however many rows that you want, right? Oh, I would get a call right now. I'm going to have to end this and come back. I'm so sorry. Seriously?